Le'Veon Bell, a lot of y'all may not be familiar with Le'Veon Bell, but Le'Veon Bell is a former football player. And he's recently had, yeah, he played for a few different teams, the Jets, the Steelers, and all of that. He's recently had a default judgment levied against him from a civil rape suit, right? And so let me just read a couple of the details. In most cases, ignoring the problem won't make it go away. When served with a summons and a complaint in a civil suit, ignoring the problem will only make it a lot worse. He may have, this is what he's done after a cousin sued him in 2024 for raping her repeatedly when she was under the age of 18. All right. Lawsuit was filed in March 2024. Bell never responded to it. In October 2024, the presiding judge entered a default judgment. 2 weeks ago, the trial proceeded on a question of damages only. Bell wasn't there. The jury awarded via TMZ a $25 million verdict to his cousin. Bell's lawyer now claims that Bell was never served appropriate paperwork, and Bell denies the allegations. He said, "My client adamantly denies any and all allegations that have been lodged against him." And further, he was never served with a civil complaint or any documents. The procedure for serving the process on the defendant is technical and rigorous and entails proper documentation that paperwork was indeed delivered to the defendant. Typically, a court won't issue a default judgment absent convincing evidence that the summons and complaint were actually served. It said the default judgment was granted based upon violations of his Fifth Amendment rights of due process for failing to be served. My client is in the process of filing a motion to open and reverse the default judgment because the narratives of the case have never been litigated. It said if Bell wasn't served, his lawyer will have to prove it, which means he'll have to disprove the available documentation that objectively shows Bell got the paperwork. And basically saying he never got it. But $25 million judgment was served against Le'Veon Bell for allegations that he mishandled his cousin before under the age of 18. So a lot of different things to go over, but the question that I have is, do you believe that the court and the justice system is rigged against men, or do you believe that this is justice served because the woman then made allegations that he touched her before she was 18 years old? Anybody can jump in. We only going to spend 10 minutes on this one.
He was under 18 or she was under 18?
Saying that she was under 18 at the time that he did something.
Sounds like he was sleeping with his cousin repeatedly.
Oh, it says he was under the age of 18. That's what, okay. It said after the cousin sued him in 2024 for raping her repeatedly when he was under the age of 18.
He should have showed up. That probably would have solved a lot of stuff. That sounds weird. They could have been sleeping with each other. Some cousins do that nasty stuff.
Kissing cousins. I guess that term come from somewhere.
Ugh.
Arkansas.
But I think that personally, I believe that the justice system is kind of rigged because there's no way in the world that somebody
$25 million from.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if it was me, what would it have been? Like what would they make me pay? Like normalize me that ain't got it. You know what I mean? Type of shit.
I agree.
What state is this in? Did it say?
It does not say. I can try to find out. Give me a second.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, because it says he's 33 now. So like
it said that, okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. I'm about to play this real quick.
She made out like a
all right, so it's more details. There's more details. So let me go ahead and show more details. All right. So according to TMZ, this is TMZ, it's saying that the lawsuit was filed. He never responded to it. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me show this other one. Show this tab instead. Close this. He's denying a woman's claim he raped her for years when she was an adolescent. All right. He said it was bogus. Lawsuit was filed in Franklin County, Ohio last year, and that she's his cousin. And when she was just 6 or 7 years old, he began to have non-consensual incestual relations with her. According to the suit, Le'Veon, who Jada says is 8 years older than her, would use slang terms to direct her when she was just a minor, which in sexual acts he wished for her to perform upon him. So this was in Ohio. And she was awarded $25 million.
He never told her parents, being 6 or 7.
It says, for instance, the suit states that the term oral sex, fire, she alleged sexual abuse continued for roughly a decade. When Bell, an ex-Michigan State tailback, will return to Ohio during his college years and beyond, she claimed it all finally ceased when she reached 18 years old. She submitted her complaint to the courts on March 22nd, 2024, and in October, a judge issued a default judgment in her favor, ruling that he was served according to the law and failed to move, plead, or otherwise appear in this action. So this isn't a criminal complaint.
She never found criminal?
This is not a criminal complaint or anything.
Of course not. Is it ever?
This is 100%. This is 100% civil.
I
if he did that,
I think it's nonsense, because if someone of this dude's stature was ever served something of this nature, whether he got it or not, it would have been all over the internet previous to this judgment being levied. And we never heard about it. So did it really happen?
Now he has to pay $25 million and look like a rapist.
That shit's easy. That won't.
But if
I don't know, the one from the
game, why wouldn't you at least go to the police now that you're going to court?
Yeah.
And the one at the game got from a woman that was alleging that he assaulted her from that TV show that he did for the love of the game. And she got a default judgment. That shit held up.
Was it that he didn't get served? Like, what was the reason he got a default?
It said that he never showed up or something like that. And he said that he never got served, I believe. But the default judgment, let me see.
How do you prove you didn't get something? You know what I mean?
When you get served, you got to get it in your hand.
Nine times out of 10, they don't put the shit in their hand.
Well, usually I don't know.
Like,
usually get usually you get served by a sheriff.
Yeah, the game back in 2019 got ordered to pay $7.1 million in a default lawsuit judgment. And that was from a VH1 show that he had that was called a reality show called She Got Game. She filed a lawsuit claiming that he molested her. And she was a contestant on the show. And so I think she'd be still trying to go after his wages, after his royalties, all of that shit. So they going after him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So if you got to get served in your hand, you should have a picture or something of me that says you gave it to me in my hand. So if he didn't get served, then how are they serving stuff in Ohio?
They probably just putting it, I don't know, maybe if they got multiple houses and like somebody.
Yeah, but if I'm somebody famous,
but they also said that the court
just put it on my door.
But they also said that the court had they had the proof that they needed to believe that he got served, and in order for him to have it reversed, he would have to prove that what they have as proof is not accurate. So they must have something.
I think this is where the corruption comes in. You know, because you could just say like, "Oh yeah, we gave it to you," and then proceed like as if. Like no,
I don't know what it's like in Ohio. I just know that I know here a sheriff serves you and you got to sign.
Well, there's like process
when they
and it has like it has the date, the time, has all that.
Same.
So whatever state Gary's in, that's why you don't answer the door when the police knock.
I think they just send you jury duty in the mail though. Jury duty just come in the mail though, right? That's not like a summons.
Yeah, that's just in the mail.
Yeah, okay, so no, that ain't the same.
You're not registered to vote.
It even said that there was a whole jury that
Yeah.
Like, how did all this happen?
Yeah, like without this dude.
know about it.
25 million is a lot of money, and he only made
That's a
33.
lot.
That's
And that don't even have nothing to do with agent fees, taxes, and all of that stuff. So
a lot of money, man. Damn.
uh, so I don't
So
know if
this
it
doesn't
happened
even
or not.
know. We don't. Go ahead.
I said I don't know if it happened or not, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah, bro getting hit up bad.
A lot of people though get caught up in default judgments. My friend used to do property management, and people would never show up to court, and she would just get the judgments. Like it would just default because people wouldn't show up. And sometimes the property management would be correct, sometimes they would be incorrect. But because you never show up, they just award it.
Yeah.
And now you got to fight to reverse it. So now you spend more money and more time.
That's why I asked though, is the legal system set up the wrong way? Because it
Yeah.
should seem like a sham, bro. You shouldn't be able to do that, bro.
Yeah, that shit is corrupt as fuck, man. Now the thing we gotta figure out is like how much of that money do the courts get? You know,
Well, I
when
don't think they're gonna be able to get nothing because they ain't got no money like that.
no, what I'm
He ain't
saying
stuck.
is what I'm saying
Oh,
is
it
like
said. Oh, sorry.
what I'm saying is how much of the money do the courts get when how much percentages are they getting, you know, from these cases? You gotta
Yeah.
think about stuff like that. Like that's why they probably just be like, "Oh yeah, you're guilty." You know what I'm
Well,
saying? They
that's
getting
why
money.
they do. That's why the courts like child support.
Yeah,
Because the
for
courts
sure.
make a lot of
Oh,
money
but
off of child
yeah, they
support.
definitely make money off that. But you know, like if you just got a little traffic ticket, you still got court costs. You get
Well,
court costs.
court is there. The court is there for money purposes. It's not actually there for justice purposes.
Yeah, so you got to think about like a $25 million case being awarded. How much money are they getting from that shit?
Never see
They
that money.
gotta get some money from that. They got to.
Nobody gonna see that money.
She was skipping out of there.
It don't matter. I mean, the number can say what the number gonna say, but it don't mean nothing because they ain't got no money to give them. So
She gonna be able to garnish. She gonna be over there like Cardi B doing Tasha Gay.
but garnish what? He ain't got nothing going on.
So this says his Uniontown, Fayette County-based lawyer Thomas Schaefer told Pittsburgh's Action News 4 that the signature confirming the service of process of the civil complaint was not Bell's. He added the document was brought to Bell's Ohio home while Bell was living in California. What I'm suspecting was that there were workers, construction crews at this particular site. This site is owned by an LLC that Le'Veon Bell owns. And the postal worker again came up and said, "Will you accept this? Will you sign on behalf of Le'Veon Bell?" Schaefer said. He denies any and all allegations. I mean, there's no criminal case ever filed. She's never going to see what or any authorities, whatsoever to report anything. I don't know.
Well, that is what it is. We don't have to spend too much more time on it. That's sufficient.